Hey there! Okay, so I thought I wouldn't show you my face today. It's not, no one gets happier from looking at that. I was contacted by Lochby, and I have reviewed some of the Lochby products in the past. They have just released something called the Mini Field Journal. I have reviewed their field journal, which looks a lot like this, but it's bigger. Go to my website, look at the index if you want to see it. It's about, I now want to say B5, but now I'm messing up size. Anyway, it's bigger than this. This, as you can see, is approximately the size of my hand. They also have a pocket field journal, which looks like this. I'm going to make some comparisons between this and the pocket so you can kind of see the differences. I'm quite fond of these products. I really like Lochby. They use a waxed canvas in their products, which you can get these sort of little kind of scratches on them, but you can also sort of wipe them off again. I think that's very charming. A very rugged material, water repellent, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot to be said for it. So what they did with these new mini field journals is they basically took their field journal, which again is bigger, and they shrunk it down. And then you also have the pocket, and again it's a little different, but now just talking about this mini field journal to give you an idea, 4.3 by 6.9 by about 1 inch. And then it includes one notebook, I'll show you that in just a second, which is 5.5 by 3.5 inches. You can buy 4 of those notebooks for $35. It's Tonaway River paper, 62 grams per square meter. And I completely forgot to write down how many pages there are in a single notebook. So I'm very sorry, you have to forgive me for that. It's not super cheap for a notebook, but it is Tonaway River, and that is very nice paper. I'm not going to write in it today just because I want to focus on the cover and not on the notebook. But I'll talk a bit about I'll talk a bit more about that. I can't speak today. The notebooks are 5.5 by 3.5 inches. I'll show you that in 1 second. Again, wax canvas. There are different colors available. There is brown, which is this. There is a charcoal. They have sent me a charcoal product in the past, which looks like this. It is darker. And then there is also a navy, and that would be this color scheme, which I like a lot. I call this the Yacht Club. Okay. Then we have the price, $72. So it's not a super cheap cover, but again, it has a lot of features that I think you will enjoy. So give me a second to build up to that. These mini field journals, unlike the pockets, the pocket field journal covers have a zipper, as you can see. The mini field journal has this hook, which is aircraft grade aluminum, just like the regular size field journals do, except of course everything is scaled down a little bit. So let's have a look at the features. There are some things about these that I just really like. I like the look. It's very rugged. The stitching is very good. These really hold up very well. I'm gonna cover some of the interesting features on it. So we have this clasp, which comes off, and what I really like is when you put this back on, you can kind of cinch it shut, and that can be very helpful because you can put multiple notebooks in it, so that can be helpful to keep things nice and tight. We see a pen loop there. If you have a massive pen, that doesn't really work. I selected this for today. This is a wingback fountain pen. I really like this. It's kind of a pocket pen. Really nice pen. That fits in, sorry, I just hit the tripod. That fits in really well here. This doesn't have a clip. Always be a little careful. But again, you can open this up, hook that in, cinch it shut, and I don't think you're going to lose this pen anytime soon. Seems to be pretty stable in there. Okay, we have the little Lochby logo on there, right? What I really like about their field journals, let me rephrase that. One of the things I really like about their field journals is the handle. Especially on the bigger ones, you can just carry it around. They're not A4 size, they're smaller than that. I want to say B5, but again, I'm wondering if I'm completely off there. In any case, you can just carry them around. The handle is kind of nice. Also, because I use them at work, pulling them out of a bookshelf. Really nice. On the back, we have this pocket, and I really like the way they do this pocket now. I'll show you a comparison with the Pocket Field Journal cover in just a second, so you see why I like this so much. But so here you have some stuff for paper, whatever. Obviously, if it's very bulky, like say a pen, this isn't going to lie flat anymore, but I'm sure you understood that point, or that part of it. Okay, on the inside, we have a couple of things that I really enjoy. We get 2 bookmarks, which is quite nice, but if you really don't like them, you can pull that out and then you don't have to ever see them again. So I think that's a nice user option to customize things. Then we have a couple of pockets. First of all, it comes with one of these notebooks. I haven't opened this yet, but I've used them before. Why do I do these things? Not in advance. Good question. Okay, so plastic comes off. Here we have, that was really loud, wasn't it? Here we have a dot grid. You can buy packs of 4 and you can sort of mix and match. So you can get a ruled and a dot grid and a blank, whatever you want. I like that they offer that mix and match option. So the dot grid, great. 72 pages, thank heavens. Okay, I'm saved. 72 pages with a stitch binding, which is pretty cool. Won't fall apart, won't just, the spine will not break and everything. Oh, if your pages will come out. It's Tomoe River. It's good paper, it's fountain pen friendly. I really enjoy these. I use them, again, I use the slightly bigger size at work from Lochby. Works very, very well. Now, what is nice is that they have built this mini field journal such that you can take your notebook. Of course, you would take this off. You open it up in the middle, you slip it in here, and you can do that 4 times. So now you have 4 notebooks theoretically in different types of, how am I going to describe that? I'm going to go with patterns. So you can have a dot pad and a ruled and a blank, or you can have 4 dot pads. You can have any combination you like, which I think is very nice. And of course, you don't have to. So if you don't want to use 4, you can just use the 1. Strictly speaking, you can use 5 because you have this pocket in the back, which fits really well. And now you have a 5th notebook, and then you can close up everything and cinch it shut and everything works beautifully. So I've used that. I'll show you how I do this in the pocket field journals that give me just a second. Okay, so we have that. We have that big pocket. Of course, you can use it for other things as well. It's really quite spacious. As you can see, it can fit in my fingers quite easily, so it's not too tight. You can really put some stuff in there. Then here, and I'm just going to use my Le Bon letter opener I just used to open up that notebook. Here you have 2 slots. Here's one, and here's one. And those are for credit cards. So meant to be kind of hidden, right? So people don't know your credit card's in there, but you know it's there. And I really like that this is now sort of staggered. Give me a second, I'll show you what I mean by that. Here we have another pocket. That might be nice for a pen if you were to have a pen that is not a ridiculous size. Here I have this, for example. Works well, but I mean, whatever. Put in whatever you want. And if you want to put in a really big pen, then theoretically here you could put in a really big pen. And the astute viewers are all thinking and wondering about what that is. Well, that's nothing. It's just a little bag of silica gel. Don't worry about it. Throw it away. Underneath here, we have another pocket. Could you theoretically put another notebook in there? I suppose so. I feel that that might maybe become dislodged. Well, that's actually not terrible. So now you have a 6th notebook. You can write notes until the world explodes. Okay, so we have all those options, but again, put in something else. And if you want to just put in a spare notebook in this way, of course, you can set it up any way you like, right? I absolutely love this honeycomb, I'm assuming sort of ripstop, feels like nylon pattern. I love the way it looks. And I've really, really enjoyed this kind of yellow. To me, it works really, really well. So I really enjoy the color scheme of this. I think these are the basic features. Now, what I wanted to do was take you through some of the things that I've seen unfold before my eyes with this brand and some of the things that I really like about this particular notebook cover. So here we have my original pocket field journal. Slightly different in the pockets. So here we have two pockets in the front. You can maybe be able to see the stitching here. So we have it's pretty tight, but you could put something like a thinner pen in there in the front. See, it's a little bit of fiddling, but there we are. You have another pocket. So this is a pocket stitching there. So this is a slightly wider pocket. And then you have a bigger pocket in the back. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of here is this Velcro. I like that it keeps whatever is in here secure, but it does add a little bit of a bulk there when you write on it. So that I like a little less. Note that these pocket field journals don't have the elastic loops. So this is really a matter of a notebook here, and if you want another notebook underneath here. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be. And then you have two notebooks, but you can't put the 4 in here. This style, this was, as far as I know, the original pocket covers. There is this big pocket for, say, a notebook, and then again you have something like a credit card here and a credit card there, and then you have this pocket here, which is a little peculiar to me because it's quite thin. You put something like a pen and obviously wouldn't be able to close it, but what I'm trying to say is it's kind of odd and tight and small. I don't know of a lot of uses for something to put in there. My bigger issue with it is this pocket completely covers these pockets. So the good thing about that is they are truly hidden. So if you really care about, I need to hide a credit card here as I'm traveling or whatever, that works well. But the pockets are a little bit harder to access. Then in later iterations, so here's my Yacht Club pocket field journal, sorry. Here you can see that this has become staggered. So we have that narrow pocket, we have the two credit card pockets, and we have that bigger pocket, and they are not on top of each other, so it's a little easier to access the different compartments. So that I like. These two, they still had the Velcro, which has now disappeared. So these are all things I like. This is what I use for my reviews. So all my notes for reviews are taken in there, which does show that I do really like these products. Also great for journeys, for traveling, for all that kind of stuff. Okay, what do I like? What do I not like? Really, there isn't an awful lot I don't like, so I'll just start with that. They're not super cheap. $72 for a cover like this is not super cheap, but I do think you get an awful lot of functionality for that. Some of the things I really like are it's very multifunctional. You got all these different pockets you can set up in different ways, especially with these. A lot of options for different notebooks. As I said, basically as many as 6. So if you really do a lot of writing, you can sort of code things, different topics, whatever. You can do all that. It's rugged. It looks good. To me, it looks good. And especially this brown color, I have loved from the start. I really like it. I've always really liked this color, which is sort of a sort of military canvas look. But it doesn't really matter whether it's the charcoal, whether it's the black. I think they all look very nice. I just think they look rugged. They're very functional, and I love products where it's clear that thought went into them. And with these, thought went into them. So for me, the price is warranted. I wouldn't mind paying this for it. Also because the quality is so high. The stitching is really good. It's really tough. Throw it around in a bag. There's not issues with it. It just keeps going and going. So I really like that. Again, notebooks, $35 for 4 notebooks. I'm not saying it's the world's greatest deal, but I don't think it's terrible either, given that it is 62 grams per square meter paper, which might not always be fountain pen friendly, but with Tomoe River, it's a nice size, 72 pages. It is stitched, it's not stapled. It is a high quality notebook, so I like that too. And again, I like the fact that the Velcro on the back has disappeared because there was a little bit of a bump there. I'm kind of happy it's gone, for me personally. So I love them. I think they're very good. This is a bit of a matter of you kind of get what you pay for. Slightly higher price, really good product. So I really enjoy it. I have had a lot of fun with these. I think it's great. Also, packaging, very simple. You get this tag on it, which is cardboard. Take out the twine, recycle, really, really easy. And it just comes in a simple plastic bag, no wasted packaging, recycle, done. And I do like that it's actually, it has the name on it that just elevates that packaging a little bit. It's great. I love them. I don't have anything else to say. A very kind thank you to Lochby for sending me this product. I really appreciate it. I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye!